The Soul Forge is an ancient artifact. Whoever can access to it can control over all the souls on the whole earth. The forge can only be utilized after a sacred incantation, which is delivered along with the souls of the descendants for an ancient cult known as the Lords of Darkness. Whoever gains access to the Soul Forge puts the fate of the souls of the entire planet in danger. So the demon Mephisto is looking for souls for the Soul Forge, which giving him control of everyone on earth. By using the soul daggers, Mephisto is recruiting villains throughout the whole planet to deliver the required souls, and Norman Osborn was his firstborn. He promised Mephisto to deliver his son in an exchange for power, but the demon wants more, and he forces Norman to also kill someone in the demon's name, and it means Mephisto may be the reason of Gwen Stacy's death. Gwen was Peter's soulmate. They were supposed to be married, having kids, but in the future, a Spider-Man's daughter is the reason of Mephisto's defeat. So it is possible that Gwen's death was the demon's first attempt to stop Spider-Man. But after Gwen's death, Mary Jane came into his life. They got married, but then one more day happened and Peter and MJ got separated. But Mephisto will not stop. Welcome to Comicstube YouTube channel. In today's video, we will review the one-shot chapter of Bring On the Bad Guys, Green Goblin. So if you guys are new here, please subscribe and turn on all the notifications to never miss any future uploads. Please like, comment and share. All the text and images are owned by its respected company. You can support them by purchasing it digitally or from any offline stores. The issue opens up in the past of Norman's life. He recently lost his wife. He is facing difficulties to run Osborn. Harry is still a kid. He is so much disturbed. But in the darkness, a voice calls him, promising Norman that his fortune will be turned around. Everything he ever wanted will be his. He is going to be the finest deal of the great Mephisto. His legacy made of flesh, and all it cost him is his firstborn son. But the demon needs another thing from Norman. This is a cost of the soul, and his body will satisfy the end of the bargain. But the contract is twofold. He must make an offering of the flesh as well. For now, Norman remains in his state, but when the time comes, the demon will call him to make a sacrifice in his name, the cost of his only son and the death of a stranger. So Mephisto asks him, has he killed anyone? So Norman says, he is a businessman. He has destroyed more lives than he can count. So the day comes, a failed experiment, and Norman got exposed to a deadly chemical, and it drove him insane. The birth of the Green Goblin. He came back from the hospital. Harry was happy to see his dad. He wanted to hug him, but Norman ignored his son, which hurt Harry. So their butler comforts him, but it's only the beginning. At Oscorp, Norman is in a meeting with the company's board members, and one of them, named Alan, raises a concern about the company's increased expenses in their recent project. There is an argument going on to decide if they can run this project or not. Most of the board members are against of Alan. They think this is the dream project of Norman, so they ask him to give his opinion. But it seems Norman is not listening to them. He is being controlled, manipulated by his alter ego, the Goblin persona. He comes back to his sense and tells the members he also thinks they should run this project. This is the future of Oscorp. But while talking, Norman notices everyone is looking at the window, and as he turns around, he sees Spider-Man. Everyone is talking about him. Some says Spidey is a hero. He is doing good things, saving countless civilians in that train accident. But the others are making fun of him, insulting Spider-Man as a costume psychopath. They trust Daily Bugle's opinion about the wall crawler, and it seems this is the first attempt to embrace the evil persona. Norman is working day and night to make all the gadgets, gliders, multiple pumpkin bombs, and after a long time, he hears the voice. Mephisto again asks him, has he killed anyone? So Norman confessed he killed his dog Mucky when he was only a boy. So Mephisto realizes this man is ready. He has done so much for Norman, and now it is time for him to pay the debt. He has to kill the board member Alan. Norman hesitates. Alan is a good man, a good father, but Mephisto doesn't care. He needs his soul. He knows the creature inside of him wants to come outside. He is dying to be free. So Mephisto forces Norman to let the goblin out. After long hours of work, Alan returns home to his lovely wife and their beautiful son. Alan is happy with them, but unknown to him, the Goblin is following him, and he has arrived outside of their house, planning to kill the entire family with his pumpkin bomb. But seeing them together, Norman gets shocked. For a moment, he comes to his sense. The image of his dead wife and his son Harry flashes before his eyes. So Norman decides not to kill them all, and as everyone go back to sleep, Goblin then silently enters inside the house with only one intention: kill Alan. And in a first-person view, the panel looks creepy. Alan is busy with his work, but suddenly the light goes out, and in front of him, the Goblin shows up. Realizing the danger, he tries to call his wife, but Goblin quickly holds his mouth. Alan begs him to leave them alone, not to hurt his family. But while Goblin is distracted, Alan takes the opportunity. He kicks him in the stomach and then in the face, and as he is able to slow him down, he then wastes no time. He jumps out of the window, running with his life, screaming for help, but no one listens to him. And suddenly, the Goblin captures him, takes him to the sky. Alan gets panicked. He is confused why Norman is doing this. So the Goblin says he hesitates to end his life. He wanted to play with him, but now he started to realize he loves what he is doing. He wasn't sure if he was ready or not, but now he is. And then he cuts the rope, drops Alan from the sky. He hits the ground, heavily injured. He tries to speak, but Goblin tells Alan to keep his eyes open. He wants him to feel the pain, and with the soul dagger, Goblin ends his life. For the past few days, Norman is thinking what he has done, not concentrate on his work, and he finally realized he has lost his humanity. The only thing remains is the sins of Goblin, and now his next target is the amazing Spider-Man and all the person he cared the most. And with this, the one-shot chapter of Bring On the Bad Guys, Green Goblin, comes to a close. So which part you like the most? Please let me know on the comment section down below, and please like this video and do subscribe, as this will motivate me to make more contents. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.